Morning, y'all. It's K-May. It's Monday morning. Woo! Yay! Well, it's Monday. Hope y'all doing all right. Lord just kind of laid something on my heart this morning as I was getting ready to pray, and I just thought I'd share that with y'all guys. If you're in Georgia, or probably Alabama, Tennessee, some of those states, you would know that it rolled through some rain last night, quite a bit. Probably think a little thunderstorm here and there. Other places are getting hit with snow and everything like that. And I just thought I'd share this with you. I've got another video on hold that kind of talks about the weather too. But just like we kind of need all weather to like for the earth and stuff like that, you know, for changes. I mean, we gotta have rain. We need it to be warm. We need it to be cold. I mean, there's a purpose for everything. You know, the warmth helps stuff to grow. Sunshine, it's good for your body, good for your skin. The rain helps stuff to grow as well. You can't have rain all the time, but you gotta have it to replenish and nourish things. The cold helps kill off, like, you know, pestilence and stuff like that. And there's a reason for everything. And you think about our life, you know, everybody says, well, you have different seasons, you know, a season of this and a season of that. Well, I believe you have different weathers too. You know, life can't be all sunshine and roses all the time. If it was, how many people would run the other way from God? Well, if everything's perfect, we don't need Him, right? That's what people think. I'm not saying that's true, because we do. We need Him always. But I'm just saying, you know, a lot of times when things are going good, you see people who was going to church kind of slip out. Or maybe they ain't even going to church. They just, life's good. Why don't I need to go to church? People think you got to go to church when something's wrong. They don't comprehend that God's there all the time. You know, that their blessings come from God. Some people don't comprehend that. Every blessing, this breath, this mouth I've got right now, it's from God. So easy to forget Him when things are good. And then the minute things start getting a little cloudy, like, you know, maybe your finances ain't that good, or maybe your relationships ain't that good, or just maybe you're just having a depression issue. I mean, it could be anything. It could be, everybody's cloudy is different. Some people are, things don't bother them, maybe like, well, that ain't nothing to go right on, and other people it does. But things start getting cloudy, you know, for most people it's going to bother them. Then the storms come, and I'm talking pouring down rain, storms, and it's a part of life where it feels like it's never going to end. Or you don't know how you're going to get through it. I mean, I don't even want to, there's so many different examples. It could be anything. I heard a story the other day about a young lady with cancer, 17 years old, and I'm going to ask y'all to lift her up, and her mama and her family. And Lord, I don't know this woman, but I can imagine that's a storm in this lady's life. You know, her child, she is, from what I understand, terminal cancer, and you know, that's a storm. Or somebody else's storm, maybe they lost their job and they don't know what they're going to do, and they ain't found one. I mean, it could be anything. It's all individual. But the point being is when you get in those storms, it seems like it's never going to end, and you, a lot of times you wonder where the sun is. Now, when I say this, I mean the S-U-N sun and the S-O-N sun. How many times when bad things happen, or when things ain't going so good, that we're like, well, where's God? You know, well, why this and why that? Number one, we're not supposed to question. Number two, He's still there. It's just, maybe we wasn't recognizing Him. Maybe He's doing this to draw us up closer to Him. Maybe we needed this to grow. Maybe it was, you know, to get our attention. I don't know. But, you know, I think of a wilted flower. I have a cactus in my window, a small one. And if anybody knows me, I'm not good with plants, and this is why this thing's probably still small. And I'm going to use this as a quick example because I'm actually on the way to work. I got this cactus 2 years ago. It was at Lowe's. It was on sale for like 35. No, it wasn't 35 cents. It's $1.35, something like that. It was under $2. It's super cheap. People know me know I buy clearance too. And I looked at Dave and I said, I'm gonna buy this because guess what? If I kill it, I've only lost $1.35 because Lord knows it had a chance of about a week in my house. Somehow that thing is still alive, very resilient, but it hasn't flourished a lot. And when I got it, it was just about gone. That's why it was on clearance. It was on sale, and I watered it a little here and there, and watered it and watered it and watered it, and I started seeing it come back to life. Well, then I forget about it, and then it starts doing this. So then I gotta water it more to kind of reflourish it. Maybe that's what God does with us. Maybe He sees us, we're over here in the sunshine and we're soaking it up, but at the same time we're getting burned out. We're living that day to day. We're not thinking about nobody else but ourselves and what we gotta do and and we done left God way back here. Maybe we need that water to kind of lift us back up, restore us. Because think of the plant, because typically if a plant starts dying, it's doing this, just falling over. And that's what my cacti did, or cacti, whatever you call it. It starts flourishing back up when I watered it. Now you can't overwater it, because you overwater it, you're going to mess it up too. But God knows exactly what we need when we need it. That's what I'm trying to get to you. You know, we need so much sunshine and we need so much of the rain and storms in life. We need stuff to help us grow. We can't stay the same. God's the same. He's going to be there when it's storming and raining. He's going to be there when it's sunshine. And He's also going to be there in the other seasons when it's cold. Sometimes it's just a part of life where you just don't know what's next. You don't know where you're going next, what you're supposed to do next. And I consider that a cold part, where you're just kind of numb to things and you just don't know, you know. And you may not be there, you may never be there, I don't know. But I've been through a little bit of variety, you know, I've been through some storms, and I've been through some times where I feel like, okay, Lord, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and how am I going to do this? We talked about the rain, you know, nursing flowers and stuff, helping stuff grow, and then the cold. Well, the pestilence is what eats away at the flowers. Think about it. The bugs get on the flowers and they eat them away, and there ain't nothing. Well, when the cold comes, it kind of kills all that off. See, God has a plan for everything. He has everything working in motion to take care of everything. We need it. We need the cold. We need the rain. We need the storms. That's how we grow. That's how we grow in God. We grow in grace. I can't tell you the storms that I have been through. But I'll tell you this, I have learned so much. And it's opened my eyes to a lot of things that I need to be thankful for. Because it makes you appreciate when you do get the sunshine, when things do go right, when life's at its best, you kind of enjoy it just a little bit more because you remember what it's like over here. So as I say now, if you're in a storm, keep going through it, because it don't last forever. The sunshine don't last forever. The storm don't last forever, and the cold don't last forever. The only thing that lasts forever is your soul in eternity in God. So the question you need to make sure is where you're spending that. Because if you've got God on your side, if you accepted Him, you can get through these storms. You can get through the cold, and you're going to be praising Him in that sunshine. There's a part of life that I can remember when my children were first born. There's different parts of life, you know, when I met my husband and things we've done together with our kids, and there's sunshine, and there's also storms there. There's trials. There's where things come up and it's like, what are we going to do? You know, and then there's also that point of life that I went through where I was, you know, a single mom and 2 kids, and I really hit like this spot where I was kind of numb to things, where I just didn't understand, and I felt like I was in a cold place, and God brought me through it. He got me stronger, and then I got out of His will. So see, we can do that. We can put ourselves out in the cold. We can put ourselves in the rain. You know, God sends these things too, but sometimes we put ourselves in there. It's kind of like we were in a house last night, you know, enjoying the comfortable home, you know, not really heat or anything like that, but then all of a sudden you hear the rain. Well, if I go out there and step out in the rain, just stand there, that's my stupidity. Or if I go out in the cold with no jacket on, that's fine. You got to be studied up, prayed up in God. So we don't want to go out in the weather without God, if that makes any sense. You don't want to put yourself in a position, so you have to be mindful of that too. Stay prayed up and studied up. God loves you. I do believe he sends these storms and the changes of the season to kind of help us see things. But as I'm looking at the clouds here, and I wish I could show you, but I gotta hurry, gotta get into work. Last night it was dark, it was stormy and all this, and as I'm seeing these clouds go this way, it's all dark and gray, and then over here is blue and the sunshine's coming behind it. You just have to ride out your storm. You just have to pray yourself through. So whatever you're going through today, whatever you may go through in the morning, check back and look at this video again when you're having a hard day. Remind yourself that God's with you. All you have to do is accept him. All you have to do is ask forgiveness of your sins if you feel that tug in your heart. Because God's the only way we're getting through this life. Especially with the election and everything. I'm so tired of hearing about that stuff. It's ridiculous. With this world, you can't focus on this world. You have to keep here. Think about the Bible. Straight is the path. You know, it's narrow, it's straight. It ain't over here, it ain't over there. Wide is what leads to destruction and hell. We don't want to go there. We want here. And sometimes here, we can't, you know, we don't need to be looking over there. So we got to stay focused, stay on the path, trust God through the storms, trust him through the cold, dark spaces. And I'm praying for you if you are going through any of those right here. And I ask the Lord you remember all these that I've asked. If you're a power prayer. And we love y'all. Have a wonderful Monday. Signing out.